Hi, I'm Carolyn and welcome to Kingston Libraries Book Chat. I've just read The Other Bennet Sister by Janice Hadlow. As anyone who's read Pride and Prejudice will immediately guess, this novel follows the journey of Mary Bennet, the unloved and unlovely middle sister of the charismatic Bennet family. Full disclosure, you will get more out of this book if you've read Pride and Prejudice. One of the charms of this book is that you get to view the story from another angle, and you also get an update on what happened to the various characters in their happily ever afters. I loved Pride and Prejudice, but had tired a bit of all the prequels and sequels, and Pride and Prejudice and Zombies was pretty much the end for me. But this is one of the most credible, authentic feeling efforts I've come across, not that my reading has been exhaustive. It's very readable and also works as a standalone novel. The book gives Mary a backstory which explains how she ended up being the character she was in Pride and Prejudice, and then takes you with her on a long and ultimately satisfactory journey to a happier ending. Basically, the disaster that Mrs. Bennet was always dreading happens. Mr. Bennet dies suddenly, leaving Mary without money or beauty to try to make a life in an unfriendly world. She shuttles between the homes of various relatives and friends, which allows us to get an update on Lizzie and Jane, but other previously supporting characters come interestingly to the fore, including Charlotte Lucas and Mr. Collins. Mrs. Bennet is irrepressibly and awfully unchanged. The romance in the story, and there is one, doesn't quite have the spark and spats of Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy's, but the personal growth of Mary is more the point of the story. There's definitely a more modern edge to Mary, but the book doesn't stretch the point too far from its era. So give it a try. The Other Bennet Sister is available as an e-book or an e-audio book on our BorrowBox app. For myself, I'm going back to read Pride and Prejudice again to watch for Mary. Thank you for joining us for Book Chat.